Hello everyone, my name is Matthew with Medical Device Academy and welcome to another episode of our Narrated Blog Series where we present one of our written articles in audio format for audio-visual learners, those who want to listen on the go, or anyone who just really needs help falling asleep at night. Now, if that sounds as exciting to you as it does to me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on that bell icon so you can be notified when we go live or drop new videos all about medical device regulatory submissions and processes. This article is going to address: what does an FDA U.S. agent do? Is there any certification or contract required for a U.S. agent? What does the FDA do to qualify U.S. agents? And what is an action required email? So let's dive right in. So FDA agent, what do they do? Medical device companies exporting devices into the USA must have a U.S. agent to register, but what does an FDA U.S. agent do? Every medical device company outside the USA that distributes devices inside the USA must have an FDA U.S. agent. This includes manufacturers, contract manufacturers, and specifications developers outside of the USA. The U.S. agent assists the FDA in communication with the device company. The most common communications concern questions about devices exported to the U.S. and scheduling FDA inspections. The role of the U.S. agent is very similar to a European authorized representative, a UK responsible person, or a Swiss authorized representative. Unlike an EC representative, you do not include U.S. agents in your device labeling. The U.S. agent's name and contact information only appear on your FDA establishment registration record on the FDA website. Is there any certification or contract required for a U.S. agent? FDA U.S. agents have no certification process, but you should have a formal signed agreement or contract with your agent. I have never seen the FDA request a copy of the contract or a letter from a U.S. agent or the company that is registered. However, since the agent has a legal role and responsibility, you should ensure an agreement or contract is in place. The agreement or contract should include the following elements: scope of service, commitment to perform U.S. agent services promptly, the duration of service, including a specific start and end date, termination provisions, consulting fees for U.S. agent services, typically an annual fee ranging from $250 to $1,500, any additional consulting fees if the FDA contacts your agent, who is responsible for payment of FDA user fees, commitment to communicating complaints, especially for potential risks to public health, serious injuries, or death, directly to your company. Confidentiality clauses, or reference to a separate confidentiality agreement. And note, the agent may be compelled to disclose information they have to the FDA, but they should notify your company first if this happens. Non-solicitation of your customers or suppliers, and no solicitation of employees. Force majeure clauses, identification of agent's name, address, phone, and email, identification of the company name, address, phone, and DUNS number, identification of the company contact's name, title, address, phone, and email, identification of who will be the official correspondent in the FDA registration database, and finally, the signature and date. The U.S. agent is not required to be a legal entity, but you will need to enter a company name. There is no place to enter an EIN number, and the DUNS number is optional. For those who are watching rather than listening, here's a screen capture of the account creation form on the screen now. You should also consider adding your agent to your approved suppliers list. If you do not already have a procedure for supplier quality management, Medical Device Academy has a procedure available for purchase that includes a template for review and approval of new suppliers, and a template for an approved supplier list. The FDA U.S. agent doesn't need a quality system, but they should be able to demonstrate competency in U.S. FDA device regulations with their resume and/or training records. Specifically, competency should include 21 CFR 820, 803, 806, 830, and 807. In the future, your U.S. agent must also be competent in ISO 13485, 2016. FDA inspectors are expected to request evidence of an agreement between your company and the U.S. agent. The inspector will also review your records for qualification, approval, and ongoing evaluation of the U.S. agent as a supplier during FDA inspections. Ideally, your agent has been directly involved in previous FDA inspections, and they can prepare you by conducting a mock FDA inspection. What does the FDA do to qualify U.S. agents? The FDA does very little to qualify a U.S. agent. The only thing the FDA does is to send an automated email to the FDA U.S. agent when you submit your initial establishment registration or renew your FDA registration. The email subject line is Action Required, U.S. Agent Assignment Notification. The email is sent from reglist@cdrh.fda.gov. Your agent must ensure their email client has identified this email as a safe sender to prevent the email from ending up in a spam folder. For medical devices, there is no requirement for a U.S. agent to submit any other proof to the FDA. What is an action required email? For those who are watching rather than listening, below is an example of the action required email that the FDA sends to FDA U.S. agents immediately after your registration and listing is completed by a foreign firm. Your FDA U.S. agent will receive an automated email from the FDA seconds after you complete your registration for an initial FDA establishment registration or the renewal of your FDA establishment registration. The agent has 10 days to log into their FURLS account and confirm that they are willing and able to serve as your company's U.S. agent. The email notifying your U.S. agent includes the following language. If you are the U.S. agent for this establishment, select Yes and click Submit. If you are not the U.S. agent for this establishment, select No and click Submit. You must confirm you are the U.S. agent within 10 business days. If you do not confirm that you are the U.S. agent within 10 days, the system will automatically cancel your receipt code and remove the U.S. agent information associated with the foreign establishment. Suppose the agent does not confirm their role within 10 business days? In that case, the FDA will automatically email your company that the agent did not confirm their role. If you select a more reliable U.S. agent, you must resubmit the request for the same person or a new person. If you have additional questions or need a U.S. agent, please contact Medical Device Academy. Now, U.S. agent is a service that Medical Device Academy offers. If you're in need of a U.S. agent, you can contact us at sales@medicaldeviceacademy.com. If you have any general questions, ask them in the comment section below.